What if anger isn't your enemy, but a signal you can learn to master? The Stoics believed that true strength is staying calm when everyone else loses control. In the next few minutes, you'll discover 7 timeless principles that can help you do exactly that. The first Stoic principle is simple but powerful. Anger is not something that happens to you, it is something that grows from the judgments you make about a situation. Think about it. 2 people can experience the exact same event and react in completely different ways. One remains calm, while the other becomes furious. The difference is not the event itself, but the meaning each person gives to it. The Stoics taught that it is our interpretation, not the circumstance, that fuels our anger. The next time you feel your temper rising, pause and ask yourself, what story am I telling myself right now? Am I seeing the facts, or am I reacting to my own expectations? This single question creates a space between the emotion and your response, a space where wisdom can enter. The goal of Stoicism is not to suppress your feelings. Instead, it is to understand them. When you recognize that your thoughts shape your emotions, you regain the power to choose a better response. A harsh word from someone else no longer controls your peace of mind, your own reason does. Try a simple practice each evening. Reflect on the moments that made you angry during the day. Ask yourself what judgment or expectation lay beneath that anger. Over time, you will begin to notice patterns, and your reactions will become calmer and more deliberate. True strength is not found in dominating others. It is found in mastering yourself. By learning to examine your judgments, you take the first step on the Stoic path to inner peace and lasting control over anger. The second Stoic principle is the power of the pause. The Stoics understood that anger often strikes in an instant, but wisdom is born in the moments that follow. You may not be able to stop the first spark of emotion, but you can choose what happens next. When someone insults you, interrupts you, or treats you unfairly, your first impulse may be to react immediately. Yet a quick reaction often leads to words and actions we later regret. The Stoics advise taking a deliberate pause, a few deep breaths, a brief walk, or even a moment of silence. This small gap allows reason to regain control. During that pause, remind yourself, I do not have to obey this emotion. Anger is a feeling, not a command. By refusing to act in the heat of the moment, you protect your peace of mind and preserve your dignity. With practice, this pause becomes a habit. You begin to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Others may still behave badly, but they no longer dictate your state of mind. In this way, the simple act of pausing becomes a powerful expression of self-mastery, the very heart of Stoic wisdom. The third Stoic principle is to focus only on what is within your control. According to the Stoics, much of our anger comes from trying to manage things that were never ours to command: other people's opinions, their actions, or the unexpected events of life. Imagine someone speaks harshly to you. You cannot control their words, but you can control how you interpret them and how you choose to respond. The moment you stop demanding that the world behave exactly as you wish, a great burden is lifted from your shoulders. Whenever you feel anger rising, ask yourself, what part of this situation is truly mine to govern? Usually, the answer is your own thoughts, your actions, and your character. Pour your energy into these, and let go of the rest. This shift in perspective does not make you passive, it makes you powerful. You stop wasting strength on battles you cannot win and begin investing it where it matters most, within yourself. In doing so, you discover a calm that no outside circumstance can take away. That is the freedom the Stoics promised, the freedom that comes from mastering what is truly yours to control. The fourth Stoic principle is to replace resentment with understanding. The Stoics believed that people often act out of ignorance, fear, or their own inner struggles. When someone hurts you, try to see the situation from their perspective rather than immediately assuming malice. This does not mean excusing harmful behavior or allowing yourself to be mistreated. It means recognizing that anger rarely improves a situation, while empathy often does. Ask yourself, what might this person be going through? What belief or fear could be driving their actions? By seeking understanding, you free yourself from the heavy burden of resentment. You begin to respond with clarity instead of rage, with firmness instead of hostility. In many cases, a calm and compassionate response can diffuse conflict far more effectively than an angry outburst ever could. The Stoics saw this as a sign of true strength. Anyone can react with anger, but it takes wisdom and character to respond with patience and perspective. As you practice seeing others with greater compassion, you will find that your own heart becomes lighter and your mind more peaceful. The fifth and final Stoic principle is to build daily habits that strengthen your character. Lasting control over anger does not come from a single insight, it comes from consistent practice. The Stoics knew that a calm mind is forged day by day, through reflection, gratitude, and self-discipline. Each evening, take a few moments to review your day. Ask yourself, when did I become angry? What could I have done differently? This simple exercise turns every mistake into a lesson and every challenge into an opportunity for growth. At the same time, cultivate gratitude for the good things in your life. Gratitude shifts your attention away from what is missing or unfair and toward what is already meaningful and valuable. Combined with small acts of self-discipline, such as keeping your promises, speaking thoughtfully, and remaining patient, these habits gradually reshape your character. In the end, the Stoic path is not about never feeling anger. It is about becoming the kind of person who is no longer ruled by it. As you practice these principles each day, you will discover a deeper strength, the quiet confidence that comes from mastering yourself. That is the true victory the Stoics sought, and it is available to you, starting today. The sixth Stoic principle is to widen your perspective. In the heat of anger, a small offense can feel enormous. The Stoics trained themselves to step back and ask, will this matter a week from now? A year from now? Most of the time, the answer is no. When you look at your life as a whole, you realize that a rude comment, a traffic jam, or a minor disagreement is only a tiny moment in a much larger journey. By placing the situation in its proper context, you prevent anger from taking root. You regain your sense of proportion and remember what truly matters, your character, your values, and the way you choose to live. The seventh and final Stoic principle is to see every challenge as a chance to grow. The Stoics believed that difficult people and frustrating situations are not interruptions to the path, they are the path itself. Each time you resist the urge to lash out, you strengthen your patience. Each time you respond with calm instead of rage, you build wisdom and self-control. In this way, every moment of anger becomes an opportunity to practice virtue. Over time, you will discover that the very things that once provoked you have become the tools that shape your inner peace and resilience. In the end, remember that mastering anger is not a destination but a lifelong practice. The Stoics taught that the greatest victory is not over other people, but over yourself. Starting today, commit to applying these 7 principles whenever anger arises. With patience, wisdom, and self-discipline, you will discover a deeper kind of strength, the quiet confidence that comes from inner peace and self-mastery. Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay calm, stay mindful, and keep striving to become your best self.